Well, June 2nd and June 3rd is usually when I start planting stuff. World's falling apart, my garden's coming together. Today's gonna be a really sunny day, so I'm not gonna plant everything. I just planted the extra stuff I actually have, or the stuff I have extras of. That way, if the sun gets them, you should either plant on a cloudy day, or maybe you take the plants in and out. When you go from a greenhouse to full sun, you need to acclimatize the plants, kind of. You need to basically get the plants used to the UV rays that the plastic on the greenhouse blocks out. So I put all these out today. I think they'll be fine. It's only going to be 75 degrees and I watered them in good. I think they'll be fine, but we'll come back in a couple hours and see. Some of them might wilt away for the day, but then they should come back tomorrow. It looks like those cauliflowers are gonna wilt down today in the sun, but I think they'll come back, and we're still getting kind of cold nights, 45 degrees, not that cold, but last year we had a frost on the 3rd, which is tomorrow, but the weather actually looks like it's gonna be good this week. That's why I'm gonna just start planting. Sooner I get it in the ground, sooner I get food out of it, so I just want to get it all in the ground. And I have plenty of plants in the greenhouse to replace these with if they die, because they're not used to the sun, but they should be fine. I mean, the sun's not that crazy strong right now, and it's not that hot, so I think they'll be fine. Some zucchini, some sweet corn, and some cauliflower. Got a bunch of kale in that pot down there, and then I have 3 rows here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with, but I'm gonna do a lot of blue kale this year, as that's the easiest to grow up here and it doesn't really bolt. So you can just keep growing it all the way until snow. So I'm gonna use that as my salad green for the most part. I got some Grand Rapids going too, but that stuff bolts like as soon as you cut it once, it bolts. So yeah, it's a pain in the butt. So is the spinach. I'm gonna do some spinach later on in the season, but you just basically grow that first flush, cut it, and then it will bolt. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to rotate it. And the kale, I do the red and the blue kale, and they both have a different texture, a really nice texture, and they'll just keep growing until there's snow on the ground, and they'll even keep growing after that. So looking forward to the sweet corn. It's just getting hit with sun right now, though. The sun just came over that tree, so we'll see how it does with the full sun. Got a smudge fire going because the mosquitoes are really bad. The black flies are only bad for like 1 week this year, and the weather goes up and down so much where we're at because of the jet stream being messed up that yeah, the weather's all messed up. Like, we could still get a frost, we should be in the clear by now, but even though the weather says it's going to be fine all week, next 10 days from now it could just frost out of nowhere still, in June, which is ridiculous. But it sways so much, like it was like 90 degrees at the beginning of May, and then all the way back to 20 degrees like 2 days later. So it shouldn't swing that much. That's like a little too much even for Maine. But garden's in. I'm excited. 2022 season started. Wars are breaking off and starting everywhere. World War III is basically going, and Russia is starting to crush Ukraine, but they're getting a lot of support, and Ukraine is fighting pretty hard. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Got carrots going in pots. I can never get the carrots to actually grow any length when I put them in the garden, so I've grown them in pots before. So I'm gonna do all the carrots in pots this year. That way I guarantee I got some good carrots coming. And I do them really close because I like them to be thin and long for grilling. So when you put them on the grill, they only take about 10 minutes to get soft. So thin and long ones really bunch together so you can grow a lot of them. That whole pot will have like 100 carrots in it, but they won't get fat. They'll just stay thin and long, which is how I like them. Green beans, bush beans, and pole beans, and right on that back row back there, I'm gonna do more beans. I've already planted them, but since I haven't been watering them, they haven't really come up. I'm gonna till it one more time and plant new seeds. I actually have some green bean starts in the greenhouse, so maybe I'll put those back there. But I usually put the green beans on the back rows that are up against the fence so we can trellis them. Yep, season started. It's gonna be a beautiful day today. 75 degrees out here. Oh, and I got these birds are still in this tree. I don't know if you can even see that. There's a nest up there. They're robins, and there's 2 babies, and the babies are like, they have feathers and stuff, but they're not ready to leave. They're not ready to leave the nest, but probably any day. So that's the most exciting part. I've been waiting to see how the mother teaches the babies to fly. You know, she's been up there for like 4 weeks taking care of them. It's crazy. Back and forth, she just goes and collects as many bugs as she can all day and then brings them to him. But the babies are getting big, and yeah, the most interesting part for me is definitely going to be seeing her, like watching her to see how she teaches these birds to fly. Oh, like, does she teach them, or do they just jump out of the freaking nest and fly? I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. Well, I'm looking forward to that.